Hi students, welcome to physics class. Today we are going to discuss about equations of rotational motion. Once again, I am repeating the concept. Today we are going to discuss about equations of rotational motion. Now here, question. Derive the three equations of motion equations of rotational motion rotational motion under constant under constant angular acceleration under constant angular acceleration from first principles once again I am repeating the concept. Derive the three equations of rotational motion under constant angular acceleration from first principles. This is the question. Now go for answer. A body in rotational motion under constant angular acceleration the equation of motion The equation of motion can be written as point number 1, omega is equal omega naught plus alpha t. Once again, I am repeating, a body in a rotational motion under constant angular acceleration, the equation of motion can be written as point number 1, omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. Point number 2, theta is equal to omega naught t plus 1 by 2 alpha t square. Now point number 3, omega square is equal to omega naught square plus 2 alpha theta. Once again, the three equation of motions I am repeating here. Omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. Theta is equal to omega naught t plus 1 by 2 alpha t square. Omega square is equal to omega naught square plus 2 alpha theta. Now we are going to derive one by one. Now the first one, derivation of first equation of motion. So today our concept is derivation of first equation of motion. Now take a circle, take this is center, this is radius r, take a particle which is moving in anti-clockwise direction, therefore this is theta. Here the initial angular velocity is omega naught, that is equal to 0, therefore it is L, consider L. Here theta is equal to L by R. Therefore d theta is equal to dl by R. This point we have to remember. That means take the circle, take center, this is d theta, radius r, particle is moving in anti-clockwise direction, this is d theta, consider it is omega naught, therefore here omega is equal to d theta by dt. This is also important point we have to remember. And now go for the point by point. Consider a rigid body consider rigid body rotating about a fixed axis with constant angular acceleration. Once again I am repeating, consider a rigid body rotating about a fixed axis with constant angular acceleration. Therefore, alpha is equal d omega by dt and d omega is equal alpha into dt. Consider equation number 1. At small t is equal to 0, omega is equal to omega naught, and yet small t is equal to t, and that case omega is equal to omega. Now integrating on both sides. Therefore, what we will get? Integral omega naught into omega into d omega is equal to integral 0 to small t alpha into dt. Once again, integral omega naught to omega d omega is equal to integral 0 to t alpha into dt. Therefore, integral omega naught omega into d omega is equal to integral 0 to t alpha into dt. This is angular acceleration, that is equal alpha taken out, integral 0 to small t dt. Now here integral d omega is equal to omega. The limits are, lower limit is omega naught, upper limit is omega, that is equal to alpha into small t into 0 to small t. Therefore, omega minus omega naught is equal to alpha into upper limit is 0, upper limit is t, minus lower limit is 0. Therefore, omega naught minus omega naught is equal to alpha into t. Therefore, omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha into t. Consider this is equation number 2. This is called first equation of motion. This is called first equation of motion. Now tell me, what is the first equation of motion? The first equation of motion, omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. Now note, d theta is equal to dl by r. D theta by dt is equal to 1 by r into dl by d theta dt. Therefore, what is d theta by dt? Omega is equal 1 by r into v. Therefore, v is equal r omega, or v is equal omega vector cross r vector. This is important point. Now, point number 2, derivation of second equation of motion. Once again, derivation of second equation of motion. Now, go for the discussion. Consider, take a circle, take the diameter from here to here, point O. This is radius R. Take a particle which is moving in anti-clockwise direction. Now it is at point here. So it is omega. Here is omega starting point. The angle is considered d theta. The time taken is dt. Therefore, the length is nothing but dl. Therefore, omega is equal d theta by dt. Omega is equal d theta by dt. Once again, I am explaining, take a particle which is revolving in an anti-clockwise direction in a circular motion. Initially, the particle is at here. That means omega naught is equal 0. After some time, the particle move in anti-clockwise direction to some distance dl with a time dt, where consider omega is equal to omega. Now the radius is r. The angle made by the particle with horizontal axis is d theta. In this case, omega is equal to d theta by dt. Now let omega be the angular velocity of a rigid body at any instant small t. Therefore, omega is equal d theta by dt. From this one, d theta is equal omega into dt. Consider equation number 1. At t is equal to 0, consider this is equation number 3, because 2 equations already completed. At t is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0. At t is equal to t, theta is equal to 0. Integrating on both sides. integrating on both sides. Therefore, integral 0 to theta d theta is equal to integral 0 to t omega into dt. Therefore, integral 0 to theta d theta is equal to integral 0 to t omega into dt. Integral 0 to t 0 to theta d theta is equal to integral 0 to t omega naught plus alpha t into dt. The reason is, since omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t, that is why in the place of omega we wrote omega naught plus alpha t. Therefore, integral 0 to theta d theta is equal to integral 0 to t omega naught into dt plus alpha integral 0 to t alpha t into dt. This can be rewrite as theta 0 to theta is equal to omega naught into t 0 to t plus alpha into t square by 2 within the limits 0 to t. Therefore, theta minus 0 is equal to omega naught into t minus 0 plus alpha by 2 into t square minus 0 square, because 2 I taken out. Therefore, theta is equal to omega naught t plus alpha t square into 1 by 2. Therefore, theta is equal to omega naught t plus 1 by 2 alpha t square. This is equation number 4. This is called second equation of motion. This equation is called second equation of motion. Now, note omega is equal to v by r d omega by dt is equal to 1 by r into dv by dt. That means I wrote this one as omega is equal to 1 by r into v. We are differentiate with d by dt on both sides. Therefore, d by dt of omega is equal to 1 by r into d by dt of v. What is d omega by dt? Alpha, that is angular acceleration, is equal to 1 by r into a. Therefore, a is equal to alpha into r. This is important point. Here, theta is called angular displacement, and omega is called angular velocity. And alpha is called angular acceleration. Angular acceleration. Therefore, theta is called L by R and omega is called theta by T and alpha is called omega by T. Once again I am repeating the point. Theta is equal to angular displacement, theta is equal to L by R, omega is equal to angular velocity, omega is equal to theta by T, alpha is equal to angular acceleration, alpha is equal to omega by T. Therefore, once again note, angular displacement is equal to theta, that is equal to L by R, and angular velocity is equal to omega, that is equal to theta by T, and also we can write as d theta by dt. Now angular acceleration is equal to alpha, that is equal to omega by t, that is equal to d omega by dt. Remember, all these are vectors only. All these are vectors. It has specific direction. Now we are going to discuss about point number 3, that is derivation of third equation of motion. Once again, derivation of third equation of motion. Now take a circle, take diameter, consider it is the center O, it is radius R. Initially omega is equal to omega naught is equal to 0. Now the particle moving in anti-clockwise direction. Now the particle is here. Consider where omega is equal to omega. Consider the angle is d theta. The length crossed by the particle is dl for a given time dt. Therefore, here the angular acceleration alpha is equal to d omega by dt. Here the omega minus omega naught gives, consider d omega. So the time taken initially, here t is equal to 0, here t is equal to t whole by t minus t naught. Okay, t minus t naught is equal to 0, here t is equal to c, gives alpha, gives d omega by dt, that gives alpha. Therefore, the angular acceleration The angular acceleration alpha may be expressed as alpha is equal d omega by dt. May I write d omega by d theta into d theta by dt. Since omega is equal d theta by dt, therefore alpha is equal d omega by dt into what is d theta by dt? Omega. Therefore take this one here, alpha into d theta is equal omega into d omega. Consider this is equation number 5. Now what we will get? We will get omega into d omega is equal alpha into d theta. Consider this is equation number 5. Yet t is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0. That means omega is equal to omega naught. Yet t is equal to t, theta is equal to theta. Now omega is equal to omega. In this case, integrating equation 5. Therefore, integral omega naught into omega into d omega is equal to integral 0 to theta alpha into d theta. That means integral omega naught omega into d omega is equal to alpha into, I take an alpha outside, 0 to theta into d theta. Now what is integral omega? Omega square by 2. What are the limits? The limits are omega naught into omega is equal to alpha into theta into 0 to theta. Now here 1 by 2 into omega square. The limits are omega naught into omega is equal to alpha into theta upper limit minus lower limit 0. Here 1 by 2 upper limit omega square, lower limit omega naught square is equal to alpha into theta. Therefore omega square minus omega naught square is equal to alpha theta. This is equation number 6. This is third equation of motion. My dear students, I hope you understood the three equations of motion. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.